quieres ser mi amigo. No puedo estar contigo, porque cuando te di mi pobre corazón, tú lo dejaste ir. Cuando llamaste ayer, la voz de una mujer exigiéndote me hizo comprender que sigue siendo el mismo. Y tú no sabes el dolor que llevo dentro del corazón, porque cuando te quise a ti, tú me dejaste ir. No puedo ser tu amiga, no importa lo que digas, porque cuando te di mi pobre corazón, tú lo dejaste ir. Y tú no sabes el dolor que llevo dentro del corazón, porque cuando te quise a ti, tú me dejaste ir. Ser tu amiga, no importa lo que digas, porque cuando te di mi pobre corazón, tú lo dejaste ir. Qué bueno que te has ido, no eres enemigo, pero recuerda bien que aquel que siempre da recibirá lo mismo, recibirá lo mismo, recibirá lo mismo. Recibirá lo mismo.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Café is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Café and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Café. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Almost done.
No, not quite. But it is Friday the 13th.
I was just going to get to it.
It is Friday the 13th.
Anybody here superstitious? Any superstitions? Nobody superstitious? Really? Yeah. Now, what you're painting for?
No, a good friend of mine told me today is a very lucky day in the Jewish religion.
Why?
Friday the 13th, because that's what she told me.
Why?
I don't know. I'm going to ask Eileen. Eileen, why is today lucky in the Jewish religion? She's going to go, I don't know.
She's the one that told you that?
No, actually, Pam did.
Is a, in numerology means something. Anybody know?
I do, actually.
Ariel?
13 in Hebrew is ahava, which is a word for love.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so there you have
And
it.
13 in Puerto Rican is divorciado.
13
after
in
my
Hebrew is
13th
ahava.
date, I
I'm going to
should
take
be
the
in
love
love.
over the Puerto Rican style.
You don't like the divorce word?
Not
I got divorced twice on the 13th. Holy smokes. I just realized that. Today is my divorce anniversary.
Which one? Both.
One or the other.
So we're gonna have a divorce party.
A divorce party. Bizcocho for todo el mundo.
Celebration.
Happy Friday 13th, everyone. Yes, it's going to be an incredible lucky day. We have a full house here for all new friends. All new friends. Eileen kicked off a great show, her second show on It All Starts With You. So that was fantastic. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Wayne Henry is not here today because he is cruising someplace, so he's having a good time representing Dignity Memorial. I don't know if Jackie's coming later, but if not, we will take care of that. But we also have a change of plans because our good friend Steve Gubb of Gubba Rum.
But before we get there, we have to talk about that music. You heard this on the open.
Knock it out.
To our new Ebony, our new guest in the house. And I want to ask you really, really quickly, what is the name of the song and how can people find it?
Well, the name of the song is No Puedo, and you can find it. Right now, it hasn't been released. I'm going to be releasing it with you on
So
your
this
show.
is a grand
This is a
opening,
grand
and this is what I
opening,
wanted to
grand
get to. Just showing off a little bit. I had to tell you, she reminds me of Celia Cruz, the voice, and everything else. We were just talking about that.
Yes.
And I think, now how long have you been singing?
Since I'm 7. That's a
So
long
about
time.
5 years?
Yeah, about 5 years now. 20 years.
Wow.
I say I'm forever 21, so
I'm
it
all
never
in.
ends.
Remember Forever 21 in New York, the
Yeah,
store?
remember those stores?
Wow, you just gave me a flashback. My head hurts. This lady's dangerous. She's old New York. She
I'm
knows
on New
it.
York.
Old
Oh,
New
yeah.
York. All right, let's get to Steve real quick because he has an appointment at 12:31. He turns into a pumpkin.
I guess he's selling a lot of rum.
I don't know. We're
Gotta
drinking
bring
it. And there he is.
Oh, he's in a new venue.
Yeah, yeah. I'm in a new venue, a very small condo on the beach in Chatham, on Cape Cod. How are you guys?
We're great. How are you doing?
Feeling good. Feeling pretty good.
How many miles are you walking now?
4.5.
You're on
4.5 a
vacation?
day. Well, I'm not really on vacation. I did a tasting Wednesday afternoon. I did a tasting Thursday afternoon, and I'm doing another one today. But we like to rent a condo right next to the lighthouse in Chatham in August, and it's just a great spot, right across the street from the beach. Can't beat it.
You can rent a lighthouse where I live. I hold a flashlight up for you
In
like
his
this.
house.
And you can stay in my house.
I've seen that spot. It's a beautiful spot. I can tell by all the wrecked ships that are right outside your front door.
Listen, don't talk
Turn the
about,
light off so you can go to sleep.
don't talk about my ex-wives
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Listen, Steve, we came up with a new theme. We are going to do Gubber.
Gubber.
I had too much Gubber.
Gubber because
We're going
the
to
Gubber
do
is
Latino
empty.
style Gubber. Latino
That's
style
okay.
Gubber. I want to dress the
That's
bottles up Latin style.
What's that, with like a red flamenco skirt?
Okay. A skirt?
A skirt. How do you want to dress it up?
Please do not listen to the woman behind the curtain. But we want to do
Ignore her.
Latin. I want to do a Latin night. I would like to do a Latin night via Gubba. We got to come up with Latin drinks.
Okay.
Because in the old days we used to do a lot of rum and cokes and things of that nature, and I want to bring that style back. Now this is his Christmas present that he never took back with him. So I'm not allowed to open this bad boy.
I think I might have opened it.
Somebody open this, Steve.
I think it was a necessity. It was, like in case of emergency, break bottle.
This is
Yes,
open.
It was in case of emergency, open Steve Gubb's Christmas present.
But it's still full.
It's all right.
It's
There's
full. I
always
think
more rhinestones, Don.
there's always more rhinestones.
So I want to
That's right.
I want to start everybody's weekend, Gubba Weekend, which is where we announce every Friday. I want people to enjoy themselves. We're going to give some tastes out to the crew here today so they can taste it a little bit.
Yep.
because your style
Wonderful.
and your stuff. Oh, I spoke to these people right here.
Mini
I
Donut World.
I can't see it.
Mini Donut World. We actually have $10
that's
gift certificates for Mini Donut World.
I
And we
love
have a
it.
few left.
But they also sell adult donuts. They take the
Oh,
donuts. What are you doing?
Yeah.
There's one over there.
All right. They
These
take
are the mini donuts what's left.
They take the. What is she doing? She's wrecking the studio.
We could do a PDF
Well,
and
that
just
worked.
put it on the screen.
It went right by the screen, but thank you for playing. They want to put the Gubba in certain donuts
It sounds wonderful.
because they sell donuts with rum. They got vodka, they got everything. But your rum, this one right here,
So
this
what they
bad
do is
boy.
they take these little mini donuts and they put a pipette of alcohol that goes with the flavor. And it just sticks right
Yes.
in it. So you can either take a shot of the pipette or you can put it in and make it moist and really nice. Variety of ways to do it.
There's a new urban market in the city of Worcester, where I was born, right next to Polar Park, the new home of the Worcester Red Sox, the Red Sox AAA team, which is just 40 miles, playing 40 miles west of Boston in Worcester. And in that market is a small bakery owned by a lovely woman who does a very similar thing. She puts a liquor-filled little tube or pipette, if that's what it's called, into a donut or into a muffin or a cupcake. I know exactly what you want to do. It's a great idea. Love it.
So we're going to make that connection, get him some samples of Gubba to put in it. And
Yes.
we are now in partnership with a donut company. Nothing goes better than donuts, coffee, and a little bit of rum. Notice I'm not
And a
big on
shot
the
of
food
rum.
side of this. Sweets, coffee, and alcohol.
It's funny because I never knew that a donut and a shot of booze in the morning work. Who knew?
Absolutely.
Who thunk it?
Every
Yeah,
day.
you ever see the movie Other People's Money with Danny DeVito?
Yes, I did.
It's about 20. Remember him? All he does is eat donuts. He's a millionaire, multi-millionaire
All he
businessman.
does is
What does
eat
he do all day? Eat donuts. And
I
what's his
love it.
line? Who says you have to be hungry to eat a donut?
That's true.
True, absolutely
A donut
true.
always fits. You ever noticed that?
Yeah, exactly. You
Don't
never have
always
to be
look for
hungry
a
to eat a
donut.
donut. And not certainly not this size.
And a shot of Gubba always fits too. Now, I heard rumors that you were in Iowa at the Field of Dreams baseball game yesterday. Did you see that?
In fact, I hit the game-winning home run last night in the bottom of the ninth.
Did you see where he hit the game winner and the fireworks went off?
That was great. Wasn't that fabulous?
It was a movie.
It really was a movie. It was a tremendous movie. I'm friendly with a guy on Twitter from Chicago who's an enormous White Sox fan. Oh my God, it was the most exciting moment of his life last night. He was loving it. He was loving it.
Beautiful piece. I love that. Field of Dreams.
Then the Yankees looked so depressed when they were walking off the field. Oh my God.
Yankees weren't supposed to win that game.
Well, I don't know. The Yankees were always supposed to win, I thought, but they didn't win last night, which is okay with me speaking as a Red Sox fan.
True that.
They're like,
Nancy, you're a Red Sox fan?
I'm from Boston, so yeah.
So how do you
Who's that?
Do you root for
Who's that?
Nancy's a singer? Do you root for Brady now that he's with the other team winning Super Bowls?
I've always crushed on him, so it's not easy to look at him with another uniform. But yeah,
Steve's like, I want to see Nancy.
right.
Let's go to three. Put it.
Who-
Adam, just turn the camera the other
Adam,
direction.
Switch it to her. She's a
Hi,
Red
Steve.
Sox fan. Do you?
How are you,
Steve,
Nancy?
Nice to meet you.
Steve, do you do
My pleasure.
season tickets to Fenway?
I've
No,
had
I
box
never
seats to
did.
Fenway before. Oh, I thought you were
She has
asking me
box
for-
seats. Box
She
seats.
does,
Yeah.
and she's
Nancy,
here,
you're a
and you're there.
Nancy, you have season tickets to the Red Sox?
We used to have season tickets for the Red Sox, the Bruins. The only thing I didn't get to do
Switch
was
to
go
a
to
three.
Celtic games. For some reason, we never had tickets for
Really?
that.
Why aren't you
Here
my
we go.
best friend?
Pardon?
Where
You
aren't
should,
your
you
best
should
friend?
really be my best friend. I mean, I
don't
think you're my new
know.
best
Now
friend.
we are, I suppose.
Oh,
Especially
well, that
because you
works.
got the rum.
I
We
have
got to
rum,
get
you
her
have
some
Red
rum.
Sox
Cracker
tickets.
Barrel. We got to get her some samples.
We got to
Oh my
do a
God,
road
can we
trip.
ever do this?
We got to do a road trip to
Shot
Fenway
glasses?
Park,
Let's give her some Gubba.
and Gubba will take care of all the rum. I got to tell you something about Fenway. Your Patriots beat my Jets at the Meadowlands. And I had to
Yeah.
wear your jersey to Yankee Stadium. A Boston
Boy,
Red
that's
Sox
taking
jersey.
your life. That's taking your life in your hands.
And I went to the bathroom to take my son Freddie to the bathroom. He had to go get the police to come help me out of the bathroom. They
I
ripped the
believe it.
shirts off me and everything else.
Wow.
That's a true story. That's why I would never put on any colors at any stadium. None.
Freddie, you're a big Yankee fan, right?
Oh, what?
Freddie, you're a big Yankee fan. Is that right?
Absolutely not.
Or you're a Mets fan?
I'm a Mets fan. I am
Okay,
the
well,
pained fan.
Okay, and how about this? If you remember when the Yankees were playing at Shea Stadium in '74 and '75,
Yes, they
because
complained
were
every
rebuilt-
day.
Right, and because they were renovating Yankee Stadium.
Yes.
They played a doubleheader against the Red Sox in July of 1975, and the Red Sox won both ends of the doubleheader. The second game of the doubleheader was like a Worldwide Wrestling Federation match with 50,000 people. It was the most insane day ever between the
Insane.
Red Sox and the Yankees. Insane, completely insane. They don't,
And you were
nothing like-
there.
It doesn't happen like that anymore. And I was there.
And you
Drove
were
up
there.
From Washington. I drove up from Washington D.C. with a friend of mine, and we went to the doubleheader. It was crazy, just crazy.
Very courageous. Now, do you
It was
remember?
very
You remember 1986 and
Look.
Shea Stadium?
No, I don't.
They're like, oh, we don't want
heard
any,
they-
and now they're like, oh, wait.
No.
Well, you got to try it.
No, wait.
1986.
No, 1986.
No,
They
no, no. Let
canceled
me
that
finish.
year,
You
didn't they?
finish. 1986, when the Bill Buckner fiasco occurred, and Mookie went on to get the hit to send the Mets to win the next night the World Series.
All right, we got everyone some Gubba Gold.
What are you doing?
They
It
got
seems to ring a
awesome
bell,
double gold.
Freddie. It rings a bell.
You remember that? I got to tell
Do
you,
I
though,
remember
you
it?
ended up winning 4 championships. My Mets never made it back.
Yes, they did. They played in 2000, what, 2003?
Against the Royals. And they went against the Yankees in 2000.
They went against the Yankees
Well, I
and they
wonder,
got
while,
beat.
while you're reminiscing about baseball, we really got to talk about some Gubba. Some
Well,
rum.
we
Let's
are.
talk Gubba.
Was-
All right, so we
Let's
gave
talk
everybody
Gubba.
a sample of the Gubba Gold.
All right, so everybody taste
Okay.
your samples. Tell
So
me what
Steve,
you
give
think.
us a little bit of info on the Gubba Gold.
Let's review. Gubba Gold. These are both infused rums. Gubba Gold is infused with real vanilla. The gold and the silver, which is made with infused with real coconut, are both made with certified organic ingredients. They're both 35% alcohol, 70 proof, and they are both, as we say in Massachusetts, wicked smooth.
Wicked, right?
Wicked smooth.
So
That's
try
right.
Your, try
And
the gold.
I can't hear Nancy. I cannot hear Nancy.
Nancy's
She
got
said,
a
know
"Wait,
what
mic.
she's saying.
Nancy, talking to your mic, Nancy." And Nancy's a singer. Don't get it twisted.
Mic's in her lap.
Nancy,
though.
Nancy,
that
talking
rum
to
is
your
really-
mic. Your mic.
I'm sorry, I forgot
There you
for a
go.
moment. That's lovely. Do you mind if I finish it all in one?
Yeah, no,
No,
you can
of course. No, by all means.
We
That'll
didn't even
really,
give you a
that's
second
going
if
to
you
improve
need
your
it.
voice
Ariel, how
and
was
everything.
it?
You're going to love it.
Oh,
It was good.
oh, that
It was
is smooth.
It's a little different.
It's very tasty. I like that.
Now I like to.
Thank you.
I like to heat it up a little bit and then I put it on ice cream.
Yes, you do. We got to get her some silver also. So, Steve, where's the tasting this weekend?
Well, today it's we're doing a tasting. Where am I going? I'm going to Chatham Liquors, very very nearby to where my location is right now. Yesterday we were in Provincetown at Penny's Liquors. Provincetown's kind of a weird place right now because every place you go in Provincetown inside you have to wear a mask. And I was in Hyannis on Cape Cod on Wednesday afternoon at Cape Cod Package Store doing a tasting there. We had a lot of fun. Sold a lot of rum, had a lot of fun.
I got to tell you, I'm so glad to see you out and about doing tastings. It's been, what, 6 weeks since you had your surgery?
6 weeks.
Amazing.
Yeah, 6 weeks this Sunday. 6 weeks this Sunday.
That's the best news ever.
Yeah, I am one lucky guy because I've heard some not so positive stories over the last week about how this sometimes doesn't go the way you plan. So I'm a lucky guy, and I'm a very happy guy. I'm a very lucky guy, and nobody knows it more than me. I'll tell you that.
Awesome.
Now I got to tell you, I learned yesterday. I only thought you could get a quadruple bypass. I learned yesterday there are actually 7. in the heart. And we met a
Did-
guy who
I'm not
has
sure. I don't know.
6 bypass. Jack has 6.
Wow.
And he said they replumbed, you know, he got plumbed over and everything. And he says he feels great now. But I didn't know that there was
Yeah.
7 bypass you can have at one sitting if they have to clean everything out.
Well, I was in surgery for 7 hours, and they only did 4. God knows what it would have taken if they had to do more than that. But
Bless
yeah,
you.
I had heard of a 5. I didn't know you could do 6 and 7, but I guess they can do a lot of stuff. They can do a lot of stuff, and most of the time, thank God, it comes out really well. And I hope that this will all keep going well for me, and you know, I'll have a lot more time to go because I have to get back to Florida. I got to be on the Brooklyn Café. I got to eat some donuts with rum. Hey, I got big stuff to do.
You got things to do, liquor stores to meet.
Your donut days are sniffing only. No more eating donuts
smell
for
them,
you.
though.
I know.
You can sniff them like I do. You can't eat them.
Yes,
that
I
one.
know. I know.
Now-
Smells delicious.
I got some breaking news. Breaking news.
Yes.
We talked to a gentleman yesterday who has offered us an opportunity to go on television on Sunday mornings at 11 o'clock.
Oh, fantastic.
They want to do a show, and we're going to take you with us. We're going to take Wayne with us as well. All of our
Great.
friends that have been helping us stay afloat. We're going to take you with us, and he's going to put them out in Sunday television and in 15 other states in the union. So this is an exciting
Really?
time for us. And this is because this gentleman has been with us since day 1 of the pandemic.
Yep.
Never ever turned his back on us. Always gave us the rum and everything else. He's just a very good friend. And I'm saying this because I got all new people in here who don't know you.
So here's what I think we're going to do because
Oh.
it's a segmented show, so we get about 4 minutes per segment. So maybe we do a recipe of the week, a rum recipe of the week,
Oh, we can certainly do that. That's easy.
and we can do it in the kitchen. Maybe we do it that way.
I think it'll be fun. And now I'm ready to talk to your connection, Mr. Honolulu Man in Hawaii, because I got
Shakalaka.
Moon Shakalaka.
The Hawaiian boogeyman.
The Hawaii, we know that too.
It's time to meet him because I want to put it in the hotels on the channel.
Well, we can do that. There's a lot that can be done. You would be shocked and not shocked and chagrined, but you'd certainly be shocked and surprised and happy to hear it.
Awesome. Thanks, Steve, so much. Have a great tasting. Stay safe. We're getting a tropical storm, so you stay safe.
Yeah, stay inside, don't get wet, and we'll talk at the beginning of the week.
Awesome. Here's to have a Gubba Weekend. Time to start it early.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thanks very much. Nancy, we'll talking. Goodbye.
Cheers.
All right, let's take a commercial break. I want to get the silver out and give everyone a tip of the silver. And let's get into our in-studio guests.
There you go.
Let's take a quick commercial break. Give us a call, 888-994-4995, Studio A, and we'll be right back.
Introducing Verijet, a new concept in short-haul aviation designed to get passengers closer to where they want to go. Powered by the award-winning Cirrus Vision Jet. The aviation world is talking about its unique state-of-the-art safety features, including the aircraft parachute system, and safe return that allows it to land itself in an emergency. Cabins are disinfected between passengers, and microparticle filtration treats the air every 30 seconds. All in a beautifully appointed premium cabin with plenty of room and first-class service and amenities. Verijet, the best short-haul alternative.
Welcome to your vacation staycation. And what better way to kick back than to blend up a sweet pina colada, a smooth mojito, or just a nice stiff rum and coke. If you want true relaxation and enjoyment, then you want Gubba Rum. Gubba Rum is a unique rum infusion. Gubba Silver Rum is infused with real shredded coconut, and Gubba Rum Gold is infused with real shredded vanilla bean. Both are made with certified organic ingredients. Each infused Gubba Rum is 35% ABV, 70 proof, and as we say in Boston, wicked smooth. So if you're looking for the best combination of taste, smoothness, quality, and price, your clear choice is Gubba Rum. If you want that wicked smooth taste for yourself or your vacation staycation, Visit GubbaRum.com to find your closest liquor store that carries Gubba Rum Gold and Gubba Rum Silver. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
Welcome to Lost Harbor Spirits, a world where pirates inspire our spirits, treasures remain undiscovered, and flavors are infused with the essence of mysterious voyages. The distillery became one of the few women-owned craft spirits production sites in the U.S. From our award-winning spirits of vodka and rum to delicious gin, we're always coming up with some new and exciting flavors to keep your cocktails delicious and fresh. Proudly distilling out of West Palm Beach, Florida, Lost Harbor Spirits is a true treasure waiting to be discovered. Contact Palm Beach Distillery at lostharborspirits.com to take a tour or purchase your favorite spirit at your local liquor store.
Attention Florida residents. Is constant water damage from the elements putting holes in your pipes and your wallet? We cut the cost when disaster strikes. You deserve to have your house be a home again. At Triumph, we get you paid the most for your insurance claims. Broken pipes, water damage, and mold? Triumph Consulting covers it all. Call our offices now to qualify for a free house inspection at 954-669-4935 or visit www.wegetYouPaid.com.
When your property suffers from water, mold, fire, or biohazard, you need a professional remediation company that is fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Rescue Clean 911 offer 24/7 emergency service with 1-hour response times now in your area. Water, mold, fire, biohazard. Call now 1-833-253-2699.
Handling the hard jobs with a soft touch.
Even though some things are far away, we plan for them ahead of time because they're important. When it comes to your celebration of life, it's really no different. You want to plan ahead now so your family doesn't have to later, and create a service that reflects your values, character, and traditions, no matter what they may be. At Dignity Memorial, we listen to every detail and make sure everyone is remembered.
Sometimes you can't see how much people you inspire, but you always have to learn. You always have to keep it in your mind that you actually inspire some people.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Café Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Suffering from COPD, chronic bronchitis, or pneumonia? Let the All-County Healthcare Respiratory Team treat you for these conditions using interpulmonary percussive ventilation, or IPV therapy. You'll see immediate results. See what our patients have to say by going to www.allcountyhealthcare.com. This service may be covered by Medicare Part A at no cost to you. Call now to see if you qualify for this therapy.
Have you been injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or through the negligence of another? The lawyers at Shane M. Farnsworth, PA, have over 40 years of experience representing injured individuals and their families. Call us today at 561-272-8337 for a free case evaluation and the answers to your legal questions. Were you injured in an accident that wasn't your fault? Don't let the insurance companies take advantage of you. Contact us now to learn about your options and protect your rights.
Been watching the Brooklyn Café Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
And we are back at the Brooklyn Cafe. Okay, I have a new way to do this. I'm calling it the Dunk-a-Muffin. Dunk-a-Donut. Oh, I can't do Dunk-a-Donut because I've already been taken, but if you take the mini donut and you just dunk it in your Gubba rum, when you run out of the pipette, it works beautifully as well. See, I can just go like that.
I think you have a new pipette. It looks like a shot glass.
Yeah. Here you go, Scott. Instead of the pipette, we're going right for the shot glass.
Now, I gotta tell you, Dawn is the most healthiest nut I've ever met in my life. And well, how come I got no cameras out here? I can't believe. Cracker Barrel, look at this. She can't believe it either.
There's 3 cameras out here.
And you're dunking a donut in a shot glass. You're doing something that I have never done.
I think it
The
makes
shot
perfect
glass
sense.
or the donut?
And here's a whole nother level of double fisting on a fun Friday. You know, we've got tropical storm coming, Fred.
Yes, my friend.
We've got Freddie on Friday, and I'm
Yes.
saying, here we go. So I think, as Ariel said, it's well worth it. Well earned and deserved. A shot and a donut.
I can't believe it.
Give us a call. We do have a $10 gift certificate to Mini
It's on the
Donut
floor.
World. All you have to do is give us a call, 888-994-4995. There are a few left. If you guys want to try them, there's about 5 left from yesterday. And these are the regular ones, but I'm more than happy to give you a shot glass, and you can dunk it into your rum or alcohol of choice as well. Ready to get into our guests?
Yes.
Which one do you want to start with?
Number 1.
Which way? Well, let's start with Ebony.
Let's start with Ebony.
Talking about the music and Ariel, and you guys have this whole connection. One of the greatest things we get to do here is to network and connect, and we do it as safely as possible in our studio here, but everyone always comes together synergistically, and there's always a connection. Eileen had her show today talking about that menopause thing, that thing about weight and metabolism and all that stuff, and then we've got Ariel, who was a health coach, and Ebony, I don't know, you guys had this great connection.
Yes, we did. It's funny because, you know, dealing with autoimmune deficiency, conditions like fibromyalgia and being in remission from cancer, I take medications that are supposed to help me with inflammation, but a lot of the foods cause inflammation. And so I was talking with Ariel about that, and so I'm interested in finding out how I'm going to take that 7-day, what do you call it?
It's actually called the Miracle of 7. I was telling her about something we can do at the end of the month to reverse that inflammation and reverse a lot of the pains or ailments that she's been
Yeah, I want to
dealing
do
with.
it also.
Okay.
But you have no
Do it
inflammation.
together.
I have no inflammation. My whole body.
Yeah, that's your mind working.
No.
Well, we do incorporate a mindset piece. That's not the only
But let's do that
aspect
first,
of it,
because maybe
but
they
we-
should snap
we do
out
bring
of
that
it.
in.
All right, so since everyone's talking about what you're doing, everyone's so interested, and Eileen, I know has to go, Ebony's interested, I'm interested, let's just address it and let's talk about what you do.
I'm a personal trainer, health coach, life coach. I get all kinds of titles, but really help specifically women reversing chronic issues like thyroid issues, diabetes, high blood pressure, and weight loss resistance. So I was telling Ebony that I have a 21-day program that I work with that is really comprehensive. It incorporates movement, mindset practices, nutrition, supplementation, all of that. And I told her that at the end of the month, we're doing what's called the Miracle of 7. It's a 7-day program, like a condensed version of it, just to kind of put your toe in the water, just test it out.
I saw that. It popped up on my computer yesterday, and I thought, I know they say it takes 21 days to make a habit and a life-changing experience and to actually get into this, but 7 days, at least it gets you jump-started, and you say, all right, everyone can do 7 days.
Everyone can do 7 days, and I think everyone that does this will be amazed at truly how much change they go through in just 7 days.
What does it look like? What kind of program is it?
So there's an online community, there's digital content. We have the option for me to work one-on-one with anyone that goes through it. But like I mentioned, it's really comprehensive. So you're directed in how to eat each day, you're directed in how to move, there's journaling and meditation practices, there's suggestions for supplementation to incorporate. I'll just briefly mention the nutrition aspect is called circadian nutrition. So we go through 3 phases to keep the body evolving, optimize energy, allow the body to release fats, cleanse the gut microbiome. So It's a lot in just 7 days.
So circadian nutrition based on the time clock?
It's not based on the time clock. It's called circadian nutrition. The developer, creator of the program, coined this topic because it works in a cyclical fashion. There's different phases because our bodies are really, really good at adapting. Emotional adaptation, physical adaptation. So when we do just one diet, we adapt and we usually stop seeing results.
Well, so what does breakfast look like?
Depends what phase we're talking about, but in the first phase of circadian nutrition, it's a very balanced meal. We're looking for whole foods, a protein, a vegetable, something that's called a protein-sparing nutrient. So that's the first phase.
Oh, so 7 days. You want to try it?
Really?
I don't know. I see Eileen stretching her head over. I mean, we're all
Here's what
sort of
I'll tell
engaged
you.
and listening. You're like, really?
At the end of 7 days, those donuts are going to taste really good.
That's what I'm thinking. Well
You
worth
know,
the
but
wait.
it's
So
funny.
worth it.
I'm a diabetic, and my diabetes came about because when I was a teenager, they put me on
Tetracycline?
tetracycline, and they destroyed my colon, which that medicine does that, but nobody in the day said that. So that became other problems, which became other problems. So if I even look at a donut, I gain weight. So I understand the inflammation part, which is a diabetic's worst nightmare. So we have to make certain teas at night, and you gotta watch what, even almond milk I'm not supposed to drink. I just
Is it
found that out.
Type 2?
Yeah. Am I type 2?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, type 2. Type 2, 2.5, whatever. But the funny thing is that there are good days, there are bad days. There are things that your body will absorb on certain days. I think that the first part of anything is here. You sort of have to say, okay, you know what, we're gonna get healthy. Because until that happens, you can run all the, I've done more, I'm on Weight Watchers, spokesman for Weight Watchers. I dropped down to 190, 89 pounds one time from 268. Look at that picture up there.
It starts up here. You've got to be ready for it. And I'll ask you, do you believe that you can reverse
Absolutely.
the diabetes? Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I had an argument with my doctor. Oh, she doesn't know the story. Let's just keep it short. I shouldn't be here. About 5 years ago on her birthday, I had a bad experience with a pill. And I met a doctor who runs the diabetic centers here in Boca, and we got into an argument about it. And I said to him, I'm going to beat this. And he drew circles on my body to show me how he was going to cut them off and me to die. And I said, we'll see about that. And he sent me to my heart specialist, and they challenged me in the takeaway effect. I get it. But yes, it all begins, if you believe you can, feel the dreams, right? It's like that baseball game yesterday that they built that real stadium right next to it. You can make it happen. So it's a great start. I'm all in. The only problem is that my friend here, she gets a little bit overboard. And then she gets nuts.
Overboard in what way?
Well, here's the thing, and I know, Eileen, on your show today, you talked about the mindset, and you talked about the morning rituals. So I'm so glad that you're here with Ariel, because there's so much in the mindset to do it. Me, I try everything, but some things make me sick. A lot of things make me sick. Which is why I asked you, is it just supplements? Is it a juice detox? I mean, certain things I know my body can't handle because I take things to the extreme, like Saturday night.
No, like that pill, the supplement. Tell them about the supplement. This is what I got to deal with. Now you got to understand something.
I think she told me a little.
Did she tell you about the supplement?
So
Oh, tell her about the supplement.
I am a marketer's dream. If you want to market a product, I am your target audience for healthy supplement, weight loss, and anti-inflammatory. I'm all in. So I saw this great ad and a celebrity who I love, and she was promoting this supplement. So much so that I walked past the nutrition store on Saturday. I'm like, oh, I gotta buy it, because it was right there in the window, right? Marketer's dream number 2. So I walk in, and the guy says to me, you should buy a couple brands of it. So they've got 3 different kinds. So I buy 2 of them. Marketer's dream number 3. Get in my car, and I take 2 of one of them. A couple hours later, before I go to bed, I take 2 of the other one, because it's gonna relax me. I'm gonna be very mellow. 3 o'clock in the morning, I woke up and I almost had to go to the hospital because my body went into like such a horrible reaction. It, like this whole muscle cramp, my entire body. I've never had so much pain. It was like childbirth pain, like horrible from these supplements. So I need to now return the supplements. But we always say all supplements are not created equal. trust your healthcare provider, trust your nutritionist. Like, you have to go into this totally with the mindset that you know what you're doing and the accountability of it. And so much, Eileen, is what you talked about, is mindset and the ritual. So when I asked you, was it a juice cleanse? Was it like a water cleanse? And you said, no, it was food and mindset and the basics of what it should be.
But you gotta
and
know your body.
exercise. You gotta listen to your body.
And I don't understand Dawn sometimes because she's taking
But the
supplements.
donut and the shot, I know
I'd
my
rather
body
have
really
you,
well.
but I'd rather have you do that.
I know.
Because I know that you're going to digest. When you start taking, I had the biomeridian done when I came out of the hospital, and I took my son with me, and he sat there horrified. He says, "Are you insane? Have you completely lost your mind?" They put me on 21 different supplements because of the biomeridian. And little by little, my inflammation started to go down, and I started to lose weight. Mind over matter, psychosomatic, I don't know. But I got all the way down to 189. I haven't been 189 since high school. My blood pressure went below 6.9. I was no longer a diabetic. And the doctor said, what the hell are you doing? Now comes COVID and everything went back up because you're eating everything in sight because you're not moving as much anymore, right? So it's all mind over matter. But with her, I don't understand. You're going to have after effects, which she had.
Well,
the pain
that's why
came back.
I want to talk to Ariel about the program a little bit more because I want people to understand more about what it is.
Well, I just want to kind of address that. Usually when our body has a reaction to something, it's because it's already in what I would say a maladapted state. It's already shifted away from balance. Therefore, it can't respond well to certain foods or certain supplements, and you wake up in the middle of the night feeling like you have to go to the hospital. But when our body's in a balanced state, it can handle food, supplements pretty well on its own. It's got that intelligence. So the program, there's digital material, there's an online community. Like I said, you have the option of working with me throughout the program, but it includes exercise every single day. You're guided through how to move. There is a morning movement routine. There's some journaling. And then we go through those 3 phases that I mentioned about nutrition.
And you do this in a week?
Mm-hmm. 7 days.
I think anyone can commit. If you're wanting to or willing to, you can commit to a week.
How do people join?
They can go to my website. Should I give that now?
Yes.
www.arielgriglin.com. And it's called the Miracle of 7. 7's a really special number. I know we were talking about numerology at the beginning of the show, but Ebony, can you touch on 7 with music? Musical notes?
Well, because of the C chord, you know, when you have the chord, they go from C to C. So talking about 7, you know, it's the middle, it's our voice. When we speak in our middle voice and our natural speaking tone, that's in you're actually in the middle C key. So if you speak up here, like some of us Puerto Ricans, when we're excited,
She's Puerto Rican too.
we're going up to the high C. So yeah, 7 it basically continues throughout the piano, and all of our music is derived from that main C, the middle C, and high C, and it's a beautiful transition. I love the number 7. I've always been attracted to the number 7 for some reason.
We can go to the book of Genesis.
Yes.
Creation in 7 days.
Yes.
So
I love that.
It's funny you say that because
Look at Eileen's eyes. She's like, oh, yeah.
baseball players will tell you certain numbers and their frequency make them the greatest. Hank Aaron in 44, okay? You had number 7 for the Yankee ball player. What's his name? I can't even remember his name right now. But the number and their frequency, when they jive, you got a winner. And a lot of people don't understand that. All of us can have the number 7. I hit 5,000 home runs and you don't hit any because your frequency is missing on the number. So number theology is huge.
You know, and with thyroid disease and autoimmune disease, I have Hashimoto's. So many women have thyroid disease. So many women have autoimmune disease. And we talked about this morning, what defines autoimmune, what defines immunocompromised. There's so many different things. And if you have one of these processes, I never want to identify you as a diabetic. You have diabetes, right? So that's a whole mindset thing. But everyone's got something going on. And right now, the stress of what's going on, whether you agree with what's going on or not, this energy of stress on the news and just in our world and society, is bringing the whole vibration down. So I think everyone needs a whole sort of cleanse.
No, I'm guilty. I'm a
Emotional
diabetic because I love to eat.
You have diabetes.
Okay, that too.
But you're not a
Yeah.
diabetic.
But I love to
Very
eat.
big difference
There's a
between saying
difference,
I
right?
have diabetes and I am diabetic.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, you can cut that call however you want. I enjoy food. We sit down at a meal and they show me what I'm supposed to eat and what I'm not supposed to eat, and I can guarantee you I'm gonna go to the right. Because I just love it.
You love it, and there's a chemical process happening in your body
Yes,
that's
there
telling
is.
you, eat that donut right now. You need that donut.
You see, but I don't, it's funny, that don't call my attention.
Well, what is it that you like?
I grew up on rice and beans, which is a Latino, you know the problem. Our parents gave us rice and beans with a banana and a steak. And he said, here, 7 days a week. That was a problem. Double starches. I love starch. I love breads. I love this stuff. You know, I love having a good time. And you have to sort of control yourself and say no. No is a very magical word. Because if you can say it and stick to it, good things will happen.
But I love the whole idea of the program. How much is the program?
$77.
Of course, the double salad.
That's a no-brainer then.
It's a no-brainer. I was telling Ebony that it's been derived from one of the larger programs that's normally around an $800 to $2,000 price tag. So for $77,
That's what I thought it was
kind of a
gonna be.
no-brainer.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing it?
This program, this is going to be our second round going through it. I've been in this industry 9 years.
And what are some of the outcomes of the 7 day? Because clearly it's going to be different than your 6 week.
Correct. 7 days, 1,000% you're going to notice a change in your energy. 1,000% you're going to notice a change in your mental clarity and your ability to focus. And really, biologically, your cells are shifting. Your cells are becoming younger.
And what about hormones? Because everyone's different. Everyone's ages, body types, hormone levels, all different.
Yeah, so that works hand in hand with inflammatory markers. And as I mentioned in the bigger program, the 21 days, usually I'll have my clients begin with blood work, and then we'll take a look at their blood work afterwards, and we can see the shifts in their hormones. They no longer have markers telling them they have a thyroid issue. They no longer have chronic inflammation.
Wow.
So in the 7 days, we'll see. I'd love if you come in and you want to get your blood work before and after. That would be awesome.
We should talk to Dr. Hare. Maybe she should meet him and get that whole diabetic program going. Do you work with children?
I can. It's not my target market.
When I was a
It's not my work
coach
best
in
with.
the day, I wanted to meet somebody like you because I had a lot of overweight kids. And I used to talk to the parents, and they, parents are like, if they're too heavy, I'm going to stop feeding them. And that isn't the solution either. Lack of education was. And I think that the problem we have in this country is that we don't start young enough. And we wait until the problem develops. You go to high school and your skin breaks out and everything else because it's rebelling. And there's a reason all that is happening. And I always wanted to do something with kids. That's probably why I met Dawn, because Dawn is a children's specialist. And I wanted to work with kids in exactly what you're doing. I think it might be something to look at.
I have someone I might connect you with. She
That's
works
fine.
specifically in that area of
I love
educating
that.
for kids.
And the thing what's really important is not everyone's going to do this for weight loss. People are going to do it for different reasons, for energy, for metabolism, for mood, for
Diabetes.
mental clarity, focus, maybe for diabetes.
Inflammation.
So it doesn't mean that
big
if I
one.
do this, everyone's going to go, oh, why is she doing this to lose weight? No, there's so many other reasons that people do things. So that's the misnomer when I
Just don't call it a diet.
It's not, but that's the misnomer when I do programs. They go, oh, look at Ariel, look at all these beautiful women who don't need weight loss. There's so much more to it. Eileen, I just need you to pipe in on this one. It's not all about weight loss. It's not all about how you look on the outside.
So as I was listening, I was thinking about my approach to food, weight, body image. And very often, the food, the weight, is a metaphor for something else that's going on in your life. It is it's a physical demonstration or example of the heaviness that we feel in our life. And, we use food as a way to stuff, to medicate, to numb, It's not, food isn't just food for food's sake. If it was, we would look strictly at food as fuel, because that's really what food is. It's fuel. But, you know, so many people use it as a substance of choice. Some people use it, you know, they're addicted to food. They're addicted to, you know, it's hard for them because that's how they cope in life. They use food as a way to manage their anxiety, their feelings, their sadness. And you know, the funny thing is that we also use it for joy. I mean, food is so charged.
Food is comfort, right? Either way.
It's not only
Pleasure.
comfort,
Right.
it's also like this charged thing. I mean, you know, if you remember back to your childhood, right? What's one of the most amazing, loudest, most vivid memories you have? It's probably a holiday with the smells.
Yeah, when
The
I was a kid,
smells
Eileen,
of,
I was
like-
the kid that would get 2 lunches in the lunchroom. I was that kid that they shopped in the Husky department for. So for me, there's food stuff from all the way back then. And everyone has that food stuff someplace along the road. So
Feel good food.
right. So much of this program, I know, as like you talked about today, Eileen, it's your mindset. It's what does that trigger? Does it trigger good emotions like the holidays and the smells? Does it trigger bullying because you ate too much? Does it trigger food shaming because people made fun of what you ate? Or if you were on free and reduced lunches, you didn't have food. What did you do to get that food so you could just survive for the weekends? So many people we work with now, and the food donations and giving out food, and these kids now going back to school, they're actually getting food. But are they getting food for fuel, or are they just getting food for calories? I mean, this is an enormous topic, Ariel.
Yeah.
You ready to dig right into all this?
Yeah. Give me something specific.
Just the food and the mindset. Let's talk about the mindset part of it.
So that's a big thing. Is I mentioned we do journaling, we do meditation. There's something we call future memory. You could probably put the pieces together on that. But as you said, so many people come in to, I'll say my office, with previous belief systems related to food.
Yeah.
I love sugar. I'm addicted to sugar. Like, that's a belief that people carry with them. And yes, although you may have been run by erratic blood sugar over years, that's not to say that we can't put an end to that and eradicate those belief systems. So part of what we do is when we close our eyes and I guide someone through a meditative practice, we go into a future reality of feeling free around food, not feeling worried around food, or feeling empowered in their body, and just really feeling the emotions that come with that.
So is this one-on-one, or is it online? So if Ebony wants to do hers at 2 o'clock in the morning, she can. If I need to do mine at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I can.
It's both.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a time frame to figure all this out.
Mm-hmm.
You guys got to check it out.
Is it a meal plan during the day where you have 3 square, 4 square meals, small, concise, anything with the food that way?
Yeah, so I mentioned circadian nutrition, and I'll just say that first phase is what we call supportive eating. So in supportive eating, we're supporting your body's natural energy system. We're eating regular meals throughout the day. We're eating natural foods that come from our earth. Something that's really interesting that I think a lot of people don't realize is in these supportive meals, we have a protein, a vegetable, a protein-sparing nutrient, which might be an avocado, or it might be some beans or rice. And you mentioned that you've always loved beans and rice growing up.
Watch out now.
There's a huge difference between sitting down and having beans and rice by themselves versus having it alongside with a vegetable and a protein.
Oh, I'll give you the vegetable. Hold the vegetable you want.
So your blood sugar is not going to respond the same way when you have it in that paired meal. So to answer your question, we're telling you how to pair your meals throughout the day, and you
Excellent.
get to choose how to do that.
Excellent. And portion control has always been.
Want to try it? Think about it.
I may try it. I'm going to watch how you respond to it. One of us has to
I'm
be
gonna ask
normal.
you, what's the reservation?
There is none.
No?
None whatsoever.
Okay.
I've been through so many different programs that none of it phases me anymore. Again, the problem is with staying home, not going out, you have a tendency of eating more. Portion control. So all of a sudden I have brown rice and they give you a cup and there it is. That's not the way we used to eat. And the day my mother used to say, you tell me when to stop, right? She knows what I'm talking about. So portion control. I used to go to Weight Watchers every Saturday because I was embedded with 30 other people that were on a similar pattern. And they used to talk about when you go to restaurants and everybody's having a glass of wine and they have a point system. So a glass of wine is 6 points. You don't want to eat 6 points in a glass because you only get 28 points a day or 24 points a day. So you sort of have to balance out what you're going to do. So I started playing 3-card Monte. So all that changed. My whole perspective towards food. Like donuts, don't eat them. If I want a cup of coffee, my biggest problem is coffee. I love coffee. And I shouldn't have it because you talk about inflammation, it dehydrates you and you have all sorts of other issues working. But in New York, the water was good. Like they took me to a store, this one with a coach, and they said, find me the right water to buy. There were 2,000 bottles. So I picked the first one, wrong. It had to be glass and a certain brand. Only 3 brands of water that she says I could drink. Remember that?
Can you have coffee on your program?
Some.
Can you have coffee? You can, yes. A lot of times I'll get these like yes or no answers, and it's not always as simple as yes or no. You can, I can't. I'll explain to you what happens when your body adapts to caffeine and when you're taking it continuously on a regular basis and what that's doing to your adrenals and your hormones. When we're not adapted to coffee and we don't drink it on a regular basis, and then we might add it in for a couple of days, it's going to really support fat burning and mental focus. So it's just important to understand what's your previous pattern with it, what do you want to get out of it.
So I'm better off drinking it every other day? Every 2 days?
Yeah. Yeah.
I kind of like that. See, I like that craziness. Because I think she's right.
Isn't it crazy, though? You mentioned all of these immune conditions, autoimmunity, blood sugar issues. But, I mean, if we look back to a couple generations before us, we didn't have this prevalent of autoimmunity.
No. Thyroid disease, Hashimoto's, was not as prevalent back in my grandmother's generation or my mother's generation as it is in this generation. So many women that walk through here go, I've got thyroid disease. I'm on Synthroid.
But is it because they can find it now and they didn't know it back then?
That's a really interesting point, and a lot of people will come to that conclusion. And our environment has changed so much. I mean, 2020 was the most stressful year any of us have ever known. So we can say both.
And the water, I gotta tell you, not for nothing. I live in Florida. I'll always be a New Yorker, but the water in Florida sucks. You just gave me a glass of water. I can't drink that. I can't. I gotta go get a bottle of water. I can't drink that. In New York for 42 years, the water came out. They don't filter the water. They get fined every year for not doing it, and it tastes different. I can't get used to this. Look at you. You're such a wise guy. You're doing it on purpose. I know.
Water?
Yeah, and there are certain ingredients here, like pizza in New York is pizza. Pizza in Florida, no, it's not.
That's why you got Brooklyn, the Brooklyn
Brooklyn water bagels?
Brooklyn bagels. You know, they filtrate their own water.
Oh, is that why?
Supposedly.
No.
Is that why?
So
for the water
sorry.
bagels?
There's nothing like a New York bagel.
I know that, but they're trying to say they use the filtered water. They have the filters.
Yeah, we worked with them.
Does it taste the same? I don't even know.
We worked
Taste the
with them.
same? No. All right, let's take a quick commercial break. Check out your website is
www.arielgriglin.com.
All right, more to come with Ariel. We got Ebony, we got Eileen, and we got a chit chat with Nanci also. More to come on this journey on this fun Friday. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Sometimes you
Hot dogs and apple pie.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Can we have that?
You inspire, but you always have to learn. You always have to keep it in your mind that you actually inspire some people.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Café Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and
Jay Harmon exclusively in the Gallery of Boca. Jay Harmon captures the essence of really creative and captivating mind, Jay Harmon brings light into the darkness on majority of his pieces, using a negative background to highlight the details of some of his looks. I know some artists use white canvases, but he thrives on a black canvas. And here's the kicker. He only uses pencil, colored pencil, graphite pencil, and pencil for his art pieces. Yes, I know it's hard to fathom that these beautiful pieces came from pencil, but yes, they did. And the only way you can experience Jay Harmon is if you come to the gallery of Boca. Jay Harmon, an unconventional artist with a unique story behind every canvas.
Welcome to AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet radio, TV production company, discover AMP2 TV. AMP2 TV is a full-service media company that can provide all streaming videos, video studios, radio studios, and television studios. Call us today at 866-224-5422. For no business is too small to grow to be accounted. It's time for your message to be seen. Let AMP2 TV help get you there. Looking for a cool, laid-back space with great people and even better drinks? You can't lose. The Artful Dodger, Boca Raton's hidden gem. A good, old-fashioned local bar is hard to come by, but not anymore. The Artful Dodger is a fun, casual place to sit back and relax. Located at 495 Northeast 20th Street in Boca Raton, you'll find your new favorite bar. The Artful Dodger. We'll see you there.
Amp Media Productions and WNN Money Talk Radio have been in conjoint business for 10 years. They've been working around the clock, nonstop, to promote over 500 shows and businesses with added platforms such as social media live streaming, podcasts, and the specialty of live radio. To amplify your impact and start your show today, contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224. And WNN Money Talk Radio have been in conjoint business for 10 years. They have been working around the clock, nonstop, to promote over 500 shows and businesses reaching all over South Florida. With added platforms such as social media live streaming, podcasts, and the specialty of live radio, it has never been easier to get your voice heard by millions of listeners. To amplify your impact and start your show today, contact AMP2 TV at 866-224-5422. That's 866-224-5422.
Hi, I'm Tracy McDonough, owner and founder of Healing Moments. Healing Moments is a healing playroom, a mind, body, spirit center. Our service is love and compassion, and the environment is soothing, peaceful, and inviting. Every area is designed for healing and peace. We deliver services such as massage therapy or lymphatic drainage, energy healing and Reiki, chakra balancing, physical vascular therapy for circulation and pain, vibrational medicine using frequencies and oils, and music in order to calm and relax your mind, body, and spirit. We also offer detoxification services using infrared sauna, ionic foot baths, and power plates. All of our modalities are designed to reduce stress, anxiety, induce relaxation, relieve pain, and provide detoxification and inflammation reduction for optimal healing and wellness. Hi, I'm Tracy McDonough, owner and founder of Healing Moments.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Café Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
We're back at the Brooklyn Cafe.
It was interesting because I want to get to Nanci, because Nanci, you're on a keto diet system, right?
Yeah, I've actually been doing it for about a month now.
Use your mic.
I've gone the.
Use your mic, Nanci.
Pardon? Oh, sorry. I'm like, I can't hear you. You can't hear me.
So for a month, you've been on the keto.
Right. I've done all the other diets. I took the Grand Tour, and at one point I went down to about 120 pounds, and I'm about 5'4", and that was actually too skinny for me, and it was really difficult to maintain. But it's just when I do keto, I'm just more satisfied. Every time that I've had to weigh and measure things, all of a sudden food became the focus instead of just part of my day. So that's why that's working for me. But I feel everybody's got to use their own intuition and do what works for them. It's a lot of protein for me, and some people, their kidneys can't handle that.
And what is involved in the keto?
What you do is you find out what your amount of carbohydrate that you can take in per day, first for weight loss and then for maintenance. And as long as you don't deviate from that, it seems to work out okay. And for me, the biggest thing was my appetite is calm now, whereas every time I'd go on one where there was an excess amount of carbohydrates, that's all I'd be thinking about all day. I need more. I want chips, and I want donuts and crackers and cookies. And now I find that if I put my focus, I'll have a little bit of bacon in the morning with eggs. I'm really not hungry till lunchtime, and that's unusual for me.
So you want to eat carbs?
No.
I used to crave them, and
Or
now
you don't want to eat carbs?
No, now I don't think about. The only reason why I think about them is to make sure that I'm not eating too many of them.
Gotcha. Because carbs to diabetic is pure sugar in the mouth. It's the way
Right,
it
and
was
I'm
explained to me.
pre-diabetic through my family, so I really got to watch it anyway.
So do you do more proteins?
Yeah,
in
I
the
focus
keto?
on
I'm trying to
protein
explain.
and vegetables
On the keto.
on keto.
And there's a certain amount of protein you have to eat?
There's amount of grams per day or net carbs per day, and I try and keep it at about 25 to 30. And sometimes on the weekends it goes up a little bit because if I drink, like I can drink vodka, but I can't have, most wines have a lot of sugar.
Right.
So I just stay away.
Vodka's the best.
Yeah.
It cures everything, vodka. A
I'm finding that too
a
somehow.
diabetic drinks vodka, nothing happens.
Right.
Nothing. It's the craziest thing, and I've tested it over and over with multiple vodkas. It doesn't do anything. It's fantastic.
Well, because it comes from a vegetable.
Now,
and-
I got to ask, it comes from, that's right, potato. Okay, now I got to ask you, does it change your personality when you go through these programs?
The only thing that I found, and everyone talks about this keto flu in the beginning where you don't feel that great and you feel kind of foggy, and it's just your body adjusting, and there's ways to go around that. But once you get through that, I feel like I don't have the fog, and I love coffee, and I don't need as much coffee as before. I have more energy and more clarity, I feel.
And you drink coffee in the car, right?
In Boston,
In
yes.
Boston.
In the parking lot.
I worked so hard to get rid of my Boston accent for some reason, just because I felt like for a little while I wanted to go into newscasting, and I figured if I didn't have similar to a Midwestern kind of accent, they weren't even going to consider me, but they didn't consider me anyway. Which
You should have kept it.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Right.
So I lost my Puerto Rican accent. I used to be from the
Actually,
Bronx.
Ebony, I don't really hear an accent from you.
Yeah.
Well, I actually studied at American Musical and Dramatic Academy, the standard English, with a cork in your mouth, and you go la la, na na, da da, ta ta, and you don't move the jaw.
La la ta ta.
I remember calling my mother, and she would say, "This isn't my daughter."
You're calling in the daughter. Okay, you
The
got it
daughter.
on that one.
There's the daughter.
I got
What
the
part?
New York part. I'm from the Bronx.
Which part of the Bronx?
149th, South Bronx.
I used to work in 149th at Frank's Army and Navy.
Wow,
That's where I know you from.
that's possible. Yeah.
That was like mucho caliente area.
Muy caliente. Por
Remember
allá.
Alexander's across the street?
Of course.
Remember when they
And the
tore it
train,
down?
Remember the train?
Of course.
The
Remember when we had the lights out and they tore
oh
Alexander's
my goodness!
apart?
Remember that they had Crazy Eddies and they were out there with their shotguns on Fordham Road?
Crazy Eddie's. Got to meet him in
Crazy
person.
Eddie's? Oh my gosh!
Crazy Eddie's insane. That's the way they want me to sell these donuts.
Yeah. Wow.
Goes
She's
to
still
show
laughing
you.
in there, Valerie.
Yeah, because she's
We
funny.
had a lot of births that year, right? How long were the lights out?
Oh
Now, Nancy, tell us a little bit more about what do you do?
What do I do as far as music goes?
Yes.
Okay. During the day, I work for a cancer center, and then at night, I'm in a band, my band,
Stand
and
up,
it's a
stand
new
up.
band, is called Collateral Damage, because it kind of fits what's kind of happened lately. And what we do is I host an open mic at one of the local clubs, I don't know, like Tailgaters, which is in Deerfield Beach. And my purpose is to get a lot of people up on the stage that are looking to network with other musicians and form bands. And that's been my main purpose. I believe I'm one of the first females in the area that actually runs this with my band. A lot of times it's a very male-dominated community, basically, or I guess what we'd call society as far as musician groups go. They usually listen to the guy in the band, and I had a vision of what I want for this band. So this is the first step in it to get us out there. We've gotten a lot of exposure by we're the house band, so we start the first 45 minutes, and then we let, we have other people come up, and they each do 3 songs. And a lot of places there, people will say, I want to do more than that. Well, it's not fair. If you get 3 songs, you'll give it your best for those 3 songs, and you can always come back up if we have time. But I notice people are more careful in what they're picking to play. And if you have somebody you're not that fond of listening to, it's kind of like being in the dentist chair. You know that it's going to be over soon.
So let me get this right. Are they singing cover songs?
The majority of them do cover songs. Once in a while, we'll showcase a band right after our house band plays, and they'll do all originals.
How many nights a week are you there?
We're there every other Thursday night right now, and we're there from 8 to 11.
You have other gigs too, or just that one?
Right now, we're starting to get other gigs, but this has been the focus. So I'm hoping that we're gonna, we've got bookings with other clubs in the area. When the pandemic hit, unfortunately, a lot of places closed down or slowed down. And the minute places started opening up, the bars, the clubs didn't have a lot of money that they had before to pay the bands. So there's a lot of bands that will go in there and they'll perform for next to nothing just to get in the slot, hoping that it's going to eventually lead to more money. And to me, I just don't think that's a good idea, but it's taken over the slots. So we're hoping to get in there too. But right now I have 6 people in my band, which is actually a lot. We were talking about that. It's kind of hard to market 6 people, but I have a vision of what I want to present. So I'll wait until they can afford us. If not, we'll just keep doing this and try and actually help other musicians network and get into their own bands.
Slick, you should talk to her about the Dodger.
Open mic at the Dodger.
About how the open mic runs, how it goes. Ours is a musical one. There's a lot of them that they consider you can do poetry and things like that. We're strictly music. So what happens is the house band plays from about 8 p.m. till 8:30, and then we start pulling the other musicians that have signed in, and I'll match people up. Like someone will come in that plays guitar and needs a drummer and a bass player, and I'll go around, will you play with him? These are the songs he wants to do. This is the theme of the music. And so they'll get up there, and for the most part, it's kind of interesting to see how they mesh. And sometimes it creates wonderful friendships.
It's interesting that she's taken my concept and made it very complicated.
I know.
Because they got to be able to play one another, and that's not easy. You got to be pretty freaking good.
I think you just got to be able to get along with others and realize we're all doing this to entertain people. And we talked about it, there's a synergy that goes on when you perform, regardless of if you're doing it for free or for people at a nursing home. If you can change their day around and make them happy and escape a little bit, even for a short period of time, it keeps going back and forth like a figure eight. You give to them and they give it back to you, and I think that's why most of us do it. There's like a calling in your heart that you want to give this, and yet you get back this wonderful gift when you see their faces and you don't have to nudge them awake, you know?
Well, that's true. And it's funny because the Awful Dodger, which is right up the street here.
That's where I started for open mic.
So you know Tommy.
Yeah, I know him well.
And Tommy and us have a relationship. He's been a sponsor of ours for a few months now. And the kids all go in there and they all hang out in there and they know everybody. We just got somebody a job over there. I have a different perspective of what I want to do with the singers. Now you've taken it to another level where you're bringing in the musicians. But as you see here, I'm looking for singers because I want to do a gig down in Schnebley's. I want to do another one here in Meisner Park. I want to do concerts. I got to wait until we can do it. But getting people to do original music, at the beginning of the show you heard that Latin beat in original, is the challenge. So he's told me, you know, he can do open mic. He'll let me do anything I want. He gives me the keys, says do anything you want.
He's terrific.
And again, the cost is the other issue. I think that the following and doing it the way you're doing is a great concept.
Thank you.
And I think it's long overdue. I have a violinist, is that the word?
Mm-hmm.
Named Kim, who was supposed to be here today, but she got called up to Orlando. And she's magical. I mean, magical. And then I got a young kid, she's 20 years old, who's a violinist. I would like to put those two together. And then have a band play behind them, and then have somebody sing.
Where is she,
in
by
front
the
of
way?
them.
Does anyone know? Slick, have you heard from Margot?
I heard.
Oh, you did? Okay.
You know what's happened to a lot of people is we're heavily influenced still by the radio. And when we grew up, we had Casey Kasem. Well, when I grew up, because I'm old, on Sunday we'd wait for the top 40, and those were the songs during the week that influenced our musical tastes until FM radio came and we heard the deeper cuts on the albums. But the major radio stations that are free down here tend to influence people's taste. So I find when I go to clubs, because I do this a lot to survey what are these people interested in listening to, what makes them leave. They want to listen to what they heard on the radio earlier that day for the most part. The ones that are more, I guess, eclectic or whatever, want to hear the deeper cuts or something a little bit different. And that's your market for the original music. They're tired of the same old classic hits that they hear over and over. They want something new, and that's your market. Those are the people that'll love what you're doing because they want that.
Well, you know, true that. And the bottom line, from what I can tell, and I've talked to a lot of people in the music industry, and they've told me getting music on the radio right now, it isn't making the money that it used to make unless you were somebody. If you sing with J-Lo or you sing with Mark Anthony, you're gonna pop the charts. If not, you got to find other ways. So the movie industry is just getting back into production, and they're looking for music, but they don't want to pay the monies from Madonna and all that, and all these people that you in the day were big. They don't want to pay that. So they'll pay less money, but it's still good money on Latin beats, on different cuts, on different music. So you got to find different ways. But what I have to do is I got to get people to come forward. And do you know how hard? We have a girl who can sing lights out. And she came in here and she started this business. I got her 6 gigs. Without trying, they're calling me because they heard her here. She says, I can't do it right now. I'm too busy. I got a business I'm running. And I said, really? I said, wow, you must really be busy. And still to today. And these gigs are what's going on right now. Some people can, and some people can't. And I got to get everybody on the same page to make this thing work.
It's
Because
like, they say it's like herding cats. I mean, even trying to get a rehearsal, right? Everybody on the same day. Everybody who wants to do this song, I don't like that one or whatever. So
temperamental feeling.
Well, it's
Well,
like
you know,
everything in general, right?
It's the ego. You know, we feed egos and the personalities when we have different musicians and singers. I'm more of a collaborative musician and singer. I like to share my stage. You know, I used to do 300 events a year in New York, and I was the queen of Asian weddings. I could manage a crowd of Asian weddings. Wow. I would manage a crowd of 500 in a split-level restaurant in Chinatown with 10-course meals, and they want all of the giveaways. They want all the line dances, and then the bride has to go around and do all these ceremonial tea toasting, and change 4 times. And so, I mean, when I try to hire, I used to manage a staff of 15 people to go out and do these shows. They don't want them. They're like, we want you, and I can't. And my partner used to sing a 5-octave range. He still does.
Holy cow.
And, you know, he somehow managed to continue to work throughout COVID. But, you know, the restaurants here, I used to sing from South Beach to Palm Beach Island at the country clubs. And unfortunately, after 5 years at a country club, they want to give you a $25 raise. You're like, look, you know, I'm driving an hour. You know, it's taking me all this time. At 5 years, it's $30,000 per person for membership. I think we're worth more than a $25 raise.
Absolutely, you go to both
The other bottom line is, like you were saying, you know, is that unfortunately, a lot of our musicians have lowered their standards, and they're taking whatever they can get. And when you're used to giving a certain rate to a client, and all of a sudden someone's going to cut your rate, they're causing a ripple effect. Because now now you're losing work because you're not matching their rate. So it's a real sad reality that in 20 years or 30 years, our rate of like I contacted the union, the musicians union, to see if we could get some kind of a level of rate of pay for musicians. And, you know, of course, that has to take a lot of us to collaboratively fight for our rights.
An act of Congress.
An act of Congress. Well, I'm a member of a group called the Florida Divas. I don't know if you're on there. And all of us
I've
got
been accused.
together. Yeah, you need to get on there. And this all the singers. I mean, even Karina Iglesias that was on The Voice, she's on there. So we all got together and we did a MASH video production to try to raise money for other musicians and singers, you know. And we're trying to help each other. But when you cut your rate, you're not helping us.
No, not at
You're
all. The
hurting
club
us.
the standard rate, I hate to say this out loud, but this is true. It's been $100 per person at most clubs, wherever you go. And it's been that way since the 80s I mean,
That's
I
a
came.
4-hour gig.
Yeah.
Oh, you
but
get paid $100 per person.
A person. But they're going to throw at you, Madonna went through it. They're going to throw at you, Julio Iglesias
It doesn't matter the cost of living, you know.
No, I get it. Motown had this problem before the M was put on the record.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, Motown, those guys got murdered. They got 25 cents a record.
And the crazy thing is, you want people to drink, and to get them drinking, you want music, right? You have to set the mood. You have to have the feel for people to get engaged and say, oh, let's have another drink. Let's have another whatever they're doing, dancing or listening. You need more to drink.
And the problem is that those that have less opportunities, I mean, there's some great singers, free agents out there. They're just tremendous. We know somebody from The Voice, I'm going to leave her name out, who refused to sign a contract when she came in second because she said no way. And she went to teach kids to sing. And she's never looked back. And now she does some stuff around Florida, and she sings here and there because she misses it. But that changed her way of looking at it. It's a business. And unfortunately, those that can't sing are the ones that are, okay, I'll give you $100. They don't understand the first thing about what it takes to do this.
Well, you know, I had a song that I had a copyright infringement suit with, and it took me 5 years to win.
Wow.
And I was asked, I mean, I submitted my copyright to the label. I had a manager. We told them, let's do it on me and everything. And it was somebody that I knew from growing up. And unfortunately, you know, when you do get when you're signed, it doesn't guarantee you're going to be promoted and released or
Not at all.
marketed. They'll sit you on a shelf. You know what I'm
Especially
saying?
in Nashville.
Yeah, so, there's a catch for, like, you have to know that you're going to get the right marketing, the right promotion, the right publicist, knowing that you're not going to be sat on a shelf, like most of the time when you look at a lot of the TV shows, yes, you sign a contract with them that they're going to be releasing you or not, even if you win. When you think about all the shows, where are they? I can name maybe 2 people out of all the shows that I've heard of on the radio that have won these shows. Why is that? You know what I'm saying?
They got stuck.
It's right. They
got
stuck,
shelved.
and all they're doing is it's all about selling. To the sponsors. The sponsors are getting paid. Everybody's making the money, but at the end of the day, that artist is not going to make any money.
Nope.
Even when they do the music videos, they get advances. They don't get bonuses. These advances have to be paid back. The rental of the limo and the venue and all of the clothing and all the jewelry has to be paid
and the
back.
overhead,
Comes off of the top of the sales. So at the end of the day, if you've given up 100% of your publishing, which is another aspect.
That's
and
the
as
other
a
aspect.
songwriter, I'm a member of ASCAP. When someone approaches me and says, you know what, I want your song, and they want 100% of my publishing, that leaves me out. And
True
if you
that.
want to get your foot in the door, you're like, you've got to sell it all. You've got to give it up. And Mark Anthony went through that.
Mm-hmm.
You
That's
could,
right,
you
he
could
did.
starve, literally, even though people know your name, they don't know income-wise what you're dealing with on a day-to-day when it's like that, too.
The
right?
overhead is tremendous. It's funny you say that because you give it to a distributor who makes the deal, let's say with Sony distributor. Sony's a whole lot bigger than the guy you gave it to. Now you can't publish it because Sony has to agree to let you do it because now he's part of the tail. It's one of the reasons on Facebook these companies come out of the woodwork saying you can't do this because it goes down 6 people. I wasn't dealing with 6 people, I was dealing with 1 person. How many people have asked us to help them to be their manager, and I turn it down because I know sooner or later that bubble's gonna have a leak somewhere, and no matter what I do, I'm gonna get shelved. And I said, I don't need to do that and break hearts and everything else with the word.
It's not easy.
Nowadays, because we have streaming, and now the digital aspect of it,
You
that
can
is
control
the
it?
way to go.
You can control it,
You can control it. We no longer have the distribution deals that we used to have. We have the streaming deals,
But have you seen?
Buy MP3.
But have you seen how you go online and they go, oh, come with MGM or whatever, and you buy in thinking that they're going to help you do it. And all they're doing is they're slamming your distribution rights. You're better off doing it by yourself.
Because remember, if you heard a song on the radio and you wanted that song, you had to get in your car, have your mom take you down to the record store, and you would buy the 45, or you'd take a chance and buy the album and hope that there were a lot of songs on the album that you liked. We all put our money to that. Now you can download MP3s. Remember we used to record on the cassette player and hope they wouldn't talk over the song in the beginning so you'd get the full song.
It's really
It's
the
different.
change, and when you're getting pennies on the dollar, when it comes to like Spotify that pays pennies, the royalty when you start downloading music has to be split up. It's another vicious cycle. It's now you're not dealing with the distributor. Now if you're going to deal with iTunes, Spotify, all the big distribution
You gotta pay.
streaming companies, you pay, and what they're going to pay you is pennies to the dollar. So you'd have to sell, how many to make $1 million?
It's like 1 for you, 1, 2 for me,
You got
2
it.
for you, 2, 3, 4 for me.
Yeah. Mhm.
Abbott and Costello.
And unfortunately, the new norm is,
take a commercial.
you're following.
You deal
Can
with
you
it.
fill my restaurant? Can you guarantee?
Well,
me
now
that
you have
can
that
fill
bigger
your
problem
restaurant?
because they need the restaurants full again. Now you go to a restaurant, it's packed. Then they say, you know what? Let's put you over here for a little bit because now everybody's out to eat until this whole thing starts again, and then they're gonna need you again. And the game is it's like that tug of war. But anyway, let's take a commercial break because we gotta pay some bills.
Okay.
And we'll be right back.
Give us a call, 888-994-4995. Say hi to my dad.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, Dad.
Holy smokes.
We'll be right back.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-3. A strong cup of coffee to get you through your day? Try your very own Brooklyn Café Show coffee, the official coffee of the Brooklyn Café Show. You can pick up a bag from us, or two. Contact us at 866-224-5422, or just stop on by. We're at 2400 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard, Suite 13. Come on in, grab a bag of our signature Brooklyn Café coffee. The cafe doors are always open. Looking for a place to get your ice cream fix? Look no further than Cold Stone Creamery. At Cold Stone, we make our ice cream fresh every single day in store. We have over 20 different ice cream base flavors and over 30 different mix-ins to choose from. We also have plenty of signature creations if you don't want to go ahead and choose your own. To end your creation, you can put it in one of our freshly made waffles. We have ice cream cakes, ice cream sandwiches, milkshakes, smoothies, banana splits, sundaes, and so many other things for you to come check out and enjoy. We are the official ice cream store of the Brooklyn Café. Hope to see you soon, and remember, it's always a great day for ice cream.
Welcome to your vacation staycation. And what better way to kick back than to blend up a sweet pina colada, a smooth mojito, or just a nice stiff rum and coke. If you want true relaxation and enjoyment, then you want Gubba Rum. Gubba Rum is a unique rum infusion. Gubba Silver Rum is infused with real shredded coconut, and Gubba Rum Gold is infused with real shredded vanilla bean. Both are made with certified organic ingredients. Each infused Gubba Rum is 35% ABV, 70 proof, and as we say in Boston, wicked smooth. So if you're looking for the best combination of taste, smoothness, quality, and price, your clear choice is Gubba Rum. If you want that wicked smooth taste for yourself or your vacation staycation, visit GubbaRum.com to find your closest liquor store that carries Gubba Rum Gold and Gubba Rum Silver. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
Sometimes you can't see how much people you inspire, but you always have to learn. You always have to keep it in your mind that you actually inspire some people.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Café Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Have you been injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or through the negligence of another? The lawyers at Shane M. Farnsworth, PA, have over 40 years of experience representing injured individuals and their families. Call us today at 561-272-8337 for a free case evaluation and the answers to your legal questions. Were you injured in an accident that wasn't your fault? Don't let the insurance companies take advantage of you. Contact us now to learn about your options and protect your rights.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Café Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Ay, 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 ay.
Ay, ay, ay. Just
Ladies, we have an invitation for you ladies.
next Friday night, we are having a book signing in the studio by author Jane Goldie Wynn. It is called Rainbow in the Night, A Journey of Redemption. It took 20 years to write this book, and with COVID, it got a little bit delayed on the book launch, but she will be here next Friday night from 6 until 8 p.m. Tickets are free. RSVP is a must because we are keeping it intimate, 20 or less, to move forward and keep everyone safe and do what we got to do. But what a great opportunity to read her story, see what it was like when she found her redemption through God and faith and hope and where she is now.
And
Always enjoy. This is probably one of the most joyful women and her husband that you will
Unbelievable.
ever meet.
And we talk about, can you see the rainbow at night? And if you can answer that question, yes, then you understand what this whole thing is about. What we're going through right now.
So next Friday night, 6 to 8, you can RSVP to us. You can check out our newsletter. You can send us an email at the Brooklyn Cafe TV at Gmail. It is a free event. We just need to have a head count. Simple.
Because we have to keep the rest of the people outside. Freddie will be doing his magic show outside when we hit the limit.
So book signing, Q&A, tell a little bit about her story, and a little bit of socializing and networking.
I had a question for you. Dignity Memorial, Wayne, is doing something with someone. Who is it? With Gina?
Yes, when everyone's back to school and after the Jewish holidays and things open up, we're going to do another ladies' night.
A ladies' night. And ladies, you're invited to that as well. We have a few things that we do in here. That one has cocktails if you want it involved.
Cocktails, I think we're going to be doing like a pottery night, I think
And
is
a
what we're going to do.
pottery and cocktails. For those of you that don't drink, you make a pizza. You know, things of that.
So that'll be
By the
coming
way.
probably
But
around
it'll be a dietetic pizza.
October. Music, you know, we've got so many
Cauliflower.
options that we can do.
Gluten-free. Cauliflower. Cauliflower is good, right? And
What do
no
you think
cheese.
of cauliflower pizza?
What do I think of it?
Good option?
I think it's a good option. You know, I've had some good cauliflower pizza. The first time I ever had it was like mushy.
Pizza District has the best cauliflower pizza. If you like cauliflower or gluten-free or regular on 18th Street, longtime friends of ours, and their cauliflower pizza is spectacular.
You take cauliflower and what kind of cheese you put on it? What kind of cheese is good?
Grass-fed.
I'm sorry?
Grass-fed cheese.
Cheese eats grass?
Can't you see the little wheel going around eating the grass?
The cow that produces the dairy is a cow
So it's regular milk cheese.
that roams free and eats grass and isn't.
So any cow that ate grass, his cheese is good?
Yeah.
Okay, and what kind of sauce?
What kind
You're
of
beginning
sauce?
to scare me. I'm making a pizza.
For pizza? I guess the cleanest tomato sauce you can get.
Organic,
if you want to do like a
non-GMOs.
homemade tomato sauce, that would be like
you want
the
that stuff that
greatest
tastes
thing.
like nothing.
No, it's delicious.
Do you like Rouse
Rouse?
sauce? Do you use that?
I don't know what that is.
I think it's spelled R-A-O. That's the one that has the lowest carbs, so that's the one I go for that way. But it's supposed to be more organic. I don't know.
Yeah,
I tell you, eating becomes so complicated reading all these
you know,
labels, right?
it's as simple as getting food closest to the way that it's grown and comes from nature. I say grass-fed because there's a whole process with cows and the way they're treated and raised and injected with hormones and antibiotics and all kinds of stuff.
Have you ever done a show where you put like how to make a pizza, how to make certain foods to eat correct?
No, but that would be fun.
I want to do that.
Let's make pizza.
I think we should. I think it'd be a ball. I think you'll fill this place up with people how to eat right. I know I would be up front.
Let's do
to I'll
it.
taste anything. Right?
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Anti-inflammatory dish, a pizza dish. You know what it is? We don't have enough education.
We could do pizza and ice cream. I can
You
make
can
that
do
work.
ice cream?
You know, I
We
made
could figure out
avocado
a way.
ice cream.
Really?
All right, take it easy.
It
Take
was
it easy.
delicious.
No mucho.
It was delicious.
Yeah,
I'm
I bet it
serious.
was.
I did it one time. I was like, I was amazed. You'd be amazed.
I'm
Freddie.
amazed
gonna
now.
Feed it to you.
Was it
and you're
green?
not gonna know, huh?
Green ice cream?
It was green ice cream, but you know, you add you make it sweet, but it's all natural. It's not like you add any. It's all natural. It's you know what you're eating. I couldn't believe it came out so good. I loved it.
So we're gonna bring you. You make the avocado ice
Okay,
cream.
I'll make
And you
She'll
make
make
the
the
pizza.
Oh, this could be fun. Nancy, what do you got? And don't tell me
My
a keto.
goodness, I was going to bring a
donut.
Halo bar and just eat it in front of you
oh
all.
my gosh!
I'm
I
all
thought
in
she was
on
gonna
that
bring
one.
the steaks.
I'll bring a steak,
You'll bring a
with
steak.
garlic and a
I'm
Halo.
in.
I love garlic.
I'm in.
We got a good party. This is gonna be good.
Slick, you coming? He's bringing the chicken wings.
Chicken wings, love some chicken wings.
He's bringing the wings from Miss Pretty.
We could bring in a vegan chicken.
Yeah.
What do you think about vegan?
I was a vegetarian before I was more educated.
Okay.
So I think that it falls to a level of extremism. I think that most people that go vegetarian or veganism might see a drastic shift in their body because they're going from processed foods and fast foods to just eating a lot of vegetables. Anyone's going to feel good with that shift, but there's a lot of deficiencies that come with it. So
Yeah. 8 months I did it.
Did you?
I did it because of the Titan football team. They showed me the video and how those guys are, and they're all on this vegan thing. Then I went down to Miami to buy some vegan ice cream. I went 3 hours to go get vegan ice cream. And when I met everybody there, they had deficiencies because I could see it in their eyes.
Yeah.
I said, listen, I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah. Most
Done.
people who try it haven't tried grass-fed dairy or grass-fed
I
beef.
had cheese that had wood fed. It was wood in it.
Well, that's that processed stuff they came out with.
And that's another thing. I can never get a piece of cheese because it's processed. Don't eat that processed. One piece. I got to taste. I got to get a little taste.
You got to get
That's
educated.
funny. I used to be a vegetarian when I lived in Bermuda. I had won a contest, a radio show contest, with a group, and I got to sing with the Hebrew Israelites that were there. They had a restaurant. They would make, back then, when gluten was popular, and they would make it taste like curry chicken and oxtail. It was gluten, and the dairy and the all of the desserts were all natural. And let me tell you, you could gain a lot of weight still eating like that.
Of course.
Okay.
All natural makes you heavy.
But I was younger, and I did a cleansing with cayenne pepper and maple syrup and water, and it was a 2-day cleansing.
Cayenne pepper and maple syrup.
Yes,
And
cayenne
lemon?
pepper, maple syrup, and water for 2 days.
Yeah.
But I love the food. I didn't miss the food because it was seasoned. You know, it was scrumptious, and being, Puerto Rican, I love my Latin food.
love all that.
I was surprised at myself, and of course I was in the best shape of my life.
Puerto Rican from the Bronx sounds like you, just like you.
She's 149th
Your
Street.
sister from another
I used to
mistress.
work where she lived.
Bronx, baby.
We used
Sister
to,
from another
down.
mistress.
And I grew up dancing at Orchard Beach and playing paddleball and doing the 40s, remember? And going to
Wow.
Side Street afterwards with
Wow, you
Gubba.
went to Side Street?
I went to Side Street. The studio was upstairs.
Yes.
I would go from dancing to a Gran Combo on the beach for
Gran
free.
Combo.
The Gran Combo would come right down the Side Street. So you go there, right from the
Number
beach, you
one
get
club.
dinner there,
Mhm.
and you dance. I mean, I grew up dancing at the Palladium, the Copacabana, the original.
the Copa, the original,
Of course.
was there
Oh,
too.
man.
You ever remember a little club in the Bronx called Chez Sensoir?
Of course I remember
I used to own it.
Get out of here. That's where I know it from. Wow.
I owned it before it was for
Someone
the gays.
from
eh?
Bronx
And then
just
we
got
bought
their
it with
wings,
Chez-
I think.
I think so.
Chez Sensoir. And there was Azul. You remember Azul on East Tremont? It was a French restaurant. It was on the right-hand side. I owned that too.
Yeah.
You've been busy.
But there you go. She knows about Chez Sensoir.
Yeah, Chez Sensoir was the place. I mean, we had the herpes triangle. There were 3
Wow.
clubs
I
right
was
there,
wishing you
Cassie.
hadn't said
Wow.
that.
Sounds
Yes.
exciting, right,
Yes.
Slick? The herpes triangle.
Well, they called it that, but it doesn't mean that you got it. You didn't go around kissing everybody.
We had
You
that
know,
in
when you're
Boston
drunk-
too, believe me.
Well, J-Lo used to hang out down
I
there.
know that.
She used to be down. We used to make fun of her
that's where the
because she
six
wouldn't
was.
stop singing. Shut up already. And look at her now. And now she, my parents rented a house in Puerto Rico to Mark Anthony and J-Lo when they were married.
Wow.
They rented it for the weekend. And the deal was no rent, no nothing, but you had to sing happy birthday to my mother, and he came down and he did that. That was the end of that, yeah. And I was supposed to never tell that story in public.
That's what I thought. And here
Too
you
late
have
now.
it.
Oh, boy.
But listen, I'm somebody that knows Chez Sensoir going, yo.
Ahí es.
That makes my heart go. I got Field of Dreams. I got Chez Sensoir. I got
You're
New York
good.
all over again.
Well, listen, when I sent you my man Joe, I don't know if you got to see that video. I shot it in New York and Orchard Beach and down on the Deuce and 42nd. Did you see that video I sent
saw
you
the
yet?
video.
Of my man Joe. I shot that in the South Bronx.
I remember.
You have a gig coming up that people can find you?
I do mostly private gigs now,
Okay.
but I guess we'll be doing a show here when I can do a performance.
We're
I
going to
can
be
bring-
doing many shows.
I'm gonna bring Mr. Ricky Williams, who's the pianist and producer of that song at the that you guys heard at the beginning of the show.
Nice.
I love
And
that song.
He actually is a blind pianist and producer, and he is phenomenal. He's just releasing his new album, and that song was for his new album. So I already, I'm excited. I see you have a piano here. I'm going to bring him.
Now you know what that means, right?
Yeah.
You're singing?
No, we got to get that thing finely tuned.
Slick, you know what that means, huh?
Finely
You got to get
tuned.
those labels on your soundboard.
Finely tuned, because we had a gentleman that came in here and tunes the piano, and other people have come in and says, you know, he missed this, because piano is about your ear,
Yes, right.
But a blind piano player is the best in the world. They will tell
he's
you.
I mean, I can have him bring his keyboard, but you know, if you
Oh,
have
no,
it
no,
tuned-
that's 102 years old.
Oh, yeah?
103. It
I
was
actually
her
have a friend
grandmother.
looking to donate a baby grand piano.
Wow.
You're
And
looking.
I have a
You
friend
have
who's
one
looking
that they want to
donate.
donate? How
And
big
she's
is
a-
it? That big?
Oh, no. We don't have
not
room for
another
another one.
I have room
Where? Right there?
at the radio station.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
It's funny when you say that, because that's the way a lot of the wives and the girlfriends are when the guys say, I'm buying another guitar. You already have 16. They don't get it.
He's like, Dawn, I want lights. Dawn,
We've
we
only
need
been
curtains.
here
Dawn, we need...
a year and 7 months.
Wow.
Here. We've not, when we came in here, I said to her, are you insane? This place is huge. What are we going to... Now I need more room. So
yeah, for 2 baby
I
grands.
asked her mom, kidding around one day, I would love to have a piano. And she had one. She said, okay. She sends it over. So now we got a second. I could put it at the radio station. Jody, if you're watching, is going to go in the kitchen in the back. Yes. There is nothing better than to feel good, have music in the house, because that's God's message to all of us. And it all dances. You know, it's called a merengue. That's where that whole thing came from.
I have a song called Yo Soy Latina that I gotta send you. Yo soy latina y represento toda mi gente que está muy caliente. Cuando yo bailo, oye, con mis amigos, tú sientes el fuego de Sor donde vivo. Si eres latina, déjame saber. Si eres latino, déjate mover. Si eres latina, ya tú sabes.
Slick!
Well, you
Slick,
can
we
find
got
me on
what we've been
YouTube.
looking for. I
You
can
can
tell
find
you.
me on YouTube, Ebony Diaz. You know, I'm all over social media, Instagram, you know, Facebook, of course, and I'm
Well, we
excited
gotta get
to be a part of
together.
the Brooklyn show now.
We
the
gotta
Brooklyn
we gotta
Posse.
get together, because I want to do a showdown in North Miami.
Let's
Again,
do
we
it.
have to wait, but they have it's a drive-in, cars park, and you do the concert out there, and that's why I'm intrigued with what he
You know,
has
it's
going.
funny you should say that, Freddie, because I attended the 100th anniversary for the woman that was on Good Times, Esther Rowe.
Yes.
At the African American Library, and they did the whole theater outside, and we sat in our cars, and the sound system was impeccable. So I can see that happening, because it happened already, and
It can be done.
It can be
We
done.
also have a friend at the Hard Rock, and I was talking to her. Why don't we do cars in the parking lot with a stage and keep people in the car?
They already have the outside stage at the Hard Rock. Why
They
not?
do, but
yeah, they do.
I want to use it, and they weren't ready to let it loose. But we could do a concert, we could put music out there. You could do all sorts of entertainment. How to make a pizza in between sets.
That's right.
Nobody's ever done that.
Keep your inflammation down and have some music.
That's
Have
right.
food.
More room
we
for
like
drinking.
to eat and dance.
I think
And
it'll
then
be
we
a lot
can
of fun.
drink too.
All in. Day 7, we can drink, Ariel. All right.
And today was going to be a quiet
You
day.
ready to wrap this up?
Ready to wrap it
Have
up.
a great weekend, everyone. Please be safe. We've got a tropical storm coming.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for 3 o'clock for the Florida Love Show, and we will see you Monday, 9 a.m. drive time.
Last time there was a hurricane, I was in my pool with a drink. So have your Gubba Weekend. Be safe. Don't be late. We see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Café is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Café on Facebook at the Brooklyn Café TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.
In the cold and sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric electric eyes. It doesn't mean that time can thicken every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna save it. Your moons and craters. Open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche. Helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an avalanche, like an avalanche. I listen for a sound, waiting deep inside my maze of sweeping thrills and colors. Just a ray of light, bathing me in drops of ink that glaze across my body. Wish you could unfreeze my heart and we could fly